Hmm. Hmm. 40 bucks? Alright, as you saw from the beginning, we will be unboxing a new knife, a new balisong. So, what's going on, guys? I hope that you're all having a fantastic day so far, Now I'll just unbox it. It's this guy right here, alright? This little guy. This is also my case for balisong. It's for only one, and it was shit. It was included with that one, but that's alright. Anyways, let's unbox this guy. As you can see, it came in this little plastic thing. I don't know. Okay, I'll just rip it open a little bit more. Alright, so okay, this is looking pretty clean. Your next adventure in Balisong. Yeah, I think the box looks pretty clean and pretty good. So yeah, good so far. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now we can open it. Oh yeah. What do we have here? Of course, the Balisong. We'll leave that for a little bit later, but wow, we have some extra hardware. Then we have, that's a Loctite, and that's probably some lube, some stickers, of course. That's pretty good to see. And we also got the Nabali's bite handle indicator or whatever. That's nice. And then we got a T10 bit. Yeah, Nabali's T10 bit, which is pretty cool. Most of them have those cheap ass bits, which are really bad. All about Canyon, so that's probably like how they designed it and all of that. Okay, let's just get into it. Okay, it looks like it's the Canyon, of course. But anyways, of course, I don't even know why they do it, but yeah, there's a lot of this crap. But you can, okay, it's like a wrench or something, but it's completely useless. Here's how it looks like. It's a little bit, yeah, it's in oil, like completely covered. I'm gonna clean it and then we will flip it. All right, so let's flip it. 40 bucks? It's a completely different feeling from what I know. But now I'm going to give it a few hours, maybe a few days, and then come back to you guys and tell you my whole kind of opinion about that. So yeah, I'll meet you outside probably. Yeah. Hey, this is me from the future, and I've been flipping it for quite a while, like 3 days. Now I would like to share with you guys my personal thought. I will talk about if the heaviness of the knife is really that big of a deal. Then we'll go over the pros and the cons of the knife. And last but not least, we'll talk about if it's still worth it in 2026, and also if you should buy it as your first balisong. Let's get into it. It weighs about 123 grams or like 4.3 ounces, so it's of course heavier than your normal balisong. The problem is that your hand will get sore after a while, especially with this one that weighs more. You'll get sore quicker. Okay, I do like that it will slow down your flipping. It may not be a problem for someone, it may be for someone else, but for me, I think that's good because, it's more smooth, okay? And I can do it more fluidly, and that's my personal flipping style. I don't like being too fast, but instead, I like the flipping to be as smooth as possible. So that's worth mentioning. Overall, it's not as bad as people say, okay? It also is kind of a lot handle biased. So the handles are heavier than the blade by a lot. For beginners, I think that's good. It's your preference, but it will be easier for the beginning. It also came with no tap and no play at all, but it's been a few days and there is a little bit of play already, but nothing too crazy, And the durability is insane. And yeah, the pros and the cons of the knife. Starting with the pros, it's definitely the price. It cost just about 40 bucks. To me, that is quite cheap because you have bushings, which are modern, I would say. Not very modern, but yeah, it's more premium, okay, for the price especially. The other pro that I would say is the design, especially the details of the canyon, which is super cool to me. But last but not least, the durability. So, as you probably heard, it's very durable. And yeah, I have to say that it is because I dropped it a couple of times, even on concrete and stuff like that, even on the road. And as you can see, it has just a little bit of play and no tap at all. So that's perfect. It will just last you a long time, guys. If you don't want to spend that much money and you just want it to last very long, then of course this is exactly for you. But now let's talk about the cons. The main con for me isn't the weight of the knife, but in my opinion is that it's not very good at certain tricks, okay? And the main trick that I have troubles with are the ladders, okay? I can do some, but it's not good at all, and it slips out of my hand. And the jimping, it's a cool design, but it's not that great, and yeah, I don't like the jimping at all. Anyways, the sound. Here's a sound test. To me, that sound is clean, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I do like the sound of, for example, the impulse far more than this, and yeah, it comes to personal preference. So yeah, that's the main thing. And last but not least, I didn't like or enjoy these holes in it. But now I think it's better. I got used to it. It was just not very pleasant, I would say. But now I don't even feel that those holes are there. But it's not there for a reason, you know. It's because they reduced the heaviness of the steel. Steel is very heavy compared to aluminum, and that's why they reduced it by a lot, and that's why it's good. Steel is durable, but it's also heavy. So that was the main thing. For a steel balisong, it's more than enough, and I don't think there is a better steel balisong, especially for that price. But now, onto the last two questions. Is it worth it in 2026? In my opinion, yes, but it depends. Other balisongs got released, for example, the Impulse or the Crescent, and you might like the Impulse a little more, maybe because it's lighter and the sound is way better for most people, of course. But the Impulse is made out of 6063 aluminum, I think, and it's very cheap for producing, but I don't think the durability is as good as this one. You know, this durability is insane. So if you want a durable knife, and if you want a knife to be cheap and to last you a long time, definitely consider buying it, okay? But if you are the guy that just wants a good balisong but doesn't care if it will get play a little bit, or you just flip it on a bed or something, then I would be chill with buying for example, the Impulse. And I mean, 40 bucks isn't a lot, so if you won't like it, you will just use it as a beater, you know. You will just beat it until it's completely cooked. The last question: should you buy it as your first balisong? Here I might be a little bit worried. Not for a reason that you won't enjoy it. I think you definitely will. But it's not the typical balisong that you will get. It's a steel balisong, which is not very common. And after you're gonna buy aluminum balisong, impulse or any other, basically, it will just feel differently a lot. So you have to be careful with that, because the other balisongs will be just lighter and they will just feel way differently. Okay, so overall I would recommend it as your second balisong, but it depends. Okay, it will definitely build up your strength, because you just have to push the weight of the knife a little bit more because it's heavier. So for example, the full twirl will give you some trouble. So overall, 40 bucks, great balisong, but there are some downsides, as the weight, as the sound maybe, and as the different feeling from other balisongs. But if you're going to buy it as your first balisong, it will last you for a long time, as I said. And you can use it as a beater and then buy a better balisong, which will be the one that you don't want to get absolutely cooked or damaged or whatever. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. You can subscribe, because you know it's free and I would get very happy. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and goodbye.